Hey everyone, Julie Heath here. This video is going to go over how to get your paperwork together and register for the NCLEX. So first you have to go through the Board of Registered Nursing website. So we'll go over that, how to apply for your licensure, and then also how to apply for the NCLEX itself. Okay. So there's a lot to go over. Hang in there with me and we will go through it together. All right, y'all. I've done this video about 4 times now. And I've run into snafus every time. So I'm just going to give you the skinny. First, you go to the Board of Registered Nursing website. Once you get to the Board of Registered Nursing website, click on applicants. And then under that, you will click on licensure by exam. Then it will give you instructions. Please read the instructions. I will go over it here in this video, but please read them just in case I may have missed something. Don't blame me. All right. So then you will click on the Breeze tab. There is a link in the instructions that will take you to the Breeze tab website. There you will register for a Breeze account. The registration part is free. The application for the RN licensure is $350 for Californians from out of state because we went to an out-of-state school. Then after you have gone through the application, which we will get to in just a moment, then you will print out the live scan documents, take them with you, fill it out how it is given to you. Don't forget to put your RN application number in the live scan documents, and I'll show you where to put that. And take that to the live scan place, get that done. It costs about, for me, it costs $79. So keep that in mind. And then you will also reach out to Parchment if you have gone to any other schools before Nightingale. So if you've transferred in any other classes to Nightingale, the school is not required. They are not responsible to send the BRN those courses. So you are responsible to go to Parchment and request for your transcripts from any school that you transferred classes into Nightingale. So make sure you get those together, and I think it's $7 per request. And then after that, you've done your licensure application, you've done your live scan. If there are any accommodations or they'll ask you a bunch of different questions, military accommodations, things like that. You'll have extra paperwork to fill out for that. And then that's in your application. Parchment, live scan, that part is done. Okay. Then you will go to the NCLEX website, which also will take you to Pearson VUE. You can get to it from either one, and you will fill out your Pearson VUE application or your registration for Pearson VUE. And then after that, that one is $200. Okay, we're going to pause for a second and do a little math lesson. So the licensure application for me cost $350. I did one Parchment request for Sierra College, and that was $7. I did a live scan, which was $79. And then the Pearson VUE application / registration cost me $200. So that's a total of $636, okay, to apply for your licensure and testing. Okay. Side note. Don't forget this piece of vital information. Okay. Now that you've just paid $636, you do have the ability to be reimbursed for part of that. Okay. So the school is offering reimbursement for the NCLEX after you pass. So within 45 days of passing your NCLEX, reach out to career services at nightingale.edu and ask them for, they should give you a form to fill out, asking for reimbursement for your NCLEX. So at least you get a little piece of it. So that's very nice. That was a mouthful. Okay, so that's the skinny. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to go through each of those steps. Hopefully my computer will allow me to attach these videos and put them all together for you. So here we go. Okay, first things first, this is the Board of Registered Nursing website for California. This video is going to be on California. It's not going to be in any other state. I wanted to make sure that you all know that, because I'm not going to go through every state. I don't know how it works in other states. So this is particularly for California learners, okay? I am on rn.ca.gov. Okay, that's where I'm at. This page is very busy. So really, you can go through it however you want, obviously. But what you need to do is go through and go under the applicants. So I'm going to tap on applicants. And then we are going to be applying for licensure by exam. So you're going to click on licensure by exam. I want you to take a few minutes. I'm not going to do it now, but take a few minutes and read through the licensure by exam instructions, okay? In like the second or third paragraph right here, how it says how to apply online, see the online RN initial exam application instructions. I want you to click on that and open it up. Okay. It's going to open a PowerPoint presentation, and that is what we're going to go through to get you to where you need to be to apply for licensure. Okay. But very first thing before that, you're going to have to go to Breeze. It says register for a Breeze account. Now, if you're an LVN already, you already know what to do. You know where to go. You know how to go through the process. It's pretty much the same process as going through and becoming an LVN. So you go to your Breeze account. If you already have one, log in, and you will just go through the RN process rather than LVN. We'll get to that too. Okay, so this is the California Breeze website. So this is what you'll be going through. You have to apply for a Breeze account first. It doesn't cost anything to apply for the account. It's just what they go through for applications. Do a Breeze registration first to get your account going. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'll meet you back here in a minute. Okay, so this is what it looks like after you log in. It's going to ask you several different questions. Which application are you looking for? So on the left-hand side, you're going to go under applications, start a new application or take an exam. You're going to choose the board. We're going to go through and click on California Board of Registered Nursing, BRN. And at this point, it doesn't matter if you have an associate's or a bachelor's, it's still the BRN. And then you're going to choose RN initial exam application. That's what we're going to choose. And then you click on select. So at this point, I know I went into the application itself, but right now I'm on the online RN initial exam application instructions PowerPoint. Like I said, I was going to open that one. So we're just going to go over this. This will also give tips and tricks on what to do, what not to do. So this is a screen-by-screen overview, and it will assist you in completing the online RN initial exam. Okay, so the important tips that they go over. First, they want you to make sure that you pay the same time that you are submitting your application. If you don't submit your payment at the same time that you submit your application, then your application will be null and void. They will not process it. They said to fully read the instructions and carefully follow them. You'll not be able to make any changes once you have submitted your application. So please make sure the spelling is correct, everything looks good, your answers are accurate. You can't change them after you submit your application. However, if you forget to upload some documents that you can change, you can add documents to the application at a later time. And then it also says if you would like to request an interim permit, you will need to submit the RN initial exam application first, and then you can submit the online application for the request for interim permit. All right. The first page you're going to see is the introduction page. This is a very informative page. Please make sure you go through and read all of the instructions on this page, okay? So that you know what to click on, when to click on it. It's very packed full of information. Near the bottom where you can see that it's redacted, that is the link for the live scan documents. It's redacted in this right now, this formatting, but when you go to the live website, it's not redacted. So you can click on it on the website and it will open up the pages that you need to print to go get your live scan completed. So the fingerprinting requirement instructions are listed. That's going to be your live scan. And then new California nursing graduates, do not submit your application any sooner than 2 weeks prior to your graduation date. Right now, we are within those 2 weeks, so we are good to go. If you've already submitted it prior to that 2-week mark, I don't know the answer to that question as far as like what happens if you've already done it. I don't know. So maybe contact the Board of Registered Nursing to see if there's any kind of consequences or if it just may take a little bit longer. The next page is going to be Information Privacy Act. Just kind of go over it. You have to agree to this page before continuing. There will be an agree button at the bottom of the page. Then you go through the transaction suitability questions. Do you have a social security number? Do you have an RN license already? Is it in this state? Is it in the US? Like that kind of questions. They want to know who you are and if you already have a license, that type of thing. And then the application questions. So here you're going to be saying if you have any, it says, so here you are answering questions as far as any disciplinary actions or on your licensure if you already have one, or if you have any accommodations that you need, any special requests, that kind of thing. It also asks about military service and things of that nature. Okay, name and personal details. This is going to be your name, obviously, first and last name. You can put your middle name if you want to, but it's not required. For this purpose, you have to make sure that your name here matches what's on your driver's license or your photo ID. So if you're using your passport or your driver's license, whatever the case may be, when you go to Pearson VUE to take your test, it has to match exactly what's on your application. So if you just got married, for example, and you haven't changed your name yet, maybe wait to apply until you've changed your name and you have that documentation. Or put your future married name, of what your ID will say, and that way you will be able to. Actually, no, don't do that until it's been changed in the system because that may cause some issues too. So make sure that you change that information on your ID and all of that is processed before you apply so that it won't hold up anything for you. All right. And this is also where you put your social security number, date of birth, and gender. All right. Then you go to contact details. This is going to be your address of record where you are located. Your address is what they will use to reach out to you if they have any questions or if there's any follow-up information. This will be the correspondence that they use for that. A valid email address and phone number are required to receive your ATT. So please keep that in mind when you're putting your email address. Don't put your school email address. I cannot stress that enough. You want to use your personal email address so that they send it to you and you have access to it. Because I don't know, honestly, how long after we graduate we will have access to our Outlook email. So make sure that you put your personal email here. All right. As far as PO boxes, I don't know. I think they want an address. I think they want an actual address, not a PO box. So put your address. Or you can ask the VRN. You can reach out and ask them. Okay, education history. This is going to be the name of our school. You have to read the information very carefully. So this is going to be the name of our school. And there's a long, very, very long list of schools. I actually wrote down the number of our school. So here you go. Type in E9, and that should hopefully jump to the section that you need to be in. That should take you to Nightingale College BSN. This is the number. It's E9049. So that'll take you to the right place. If you are ASN, click on the ASN one. And then if you're BSN, I think it just says BN or BS. It doesn't say BSN. So that's what I chose. And then your start date, you put in when you started, the day you started. I did not put an end date. Then you put your graduation date, which in this case is August 29th, 2025. And then the address for the school. Okay, so actually, no, the degree program is going to be, for me, it was BSN, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So if you're ASN, choose the ASN option. And then the address for the school is, and I will put it down below, 95 South State Street, Suite 400, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84111. Okay, so make sure you write that down or enter it. And then I think that's it for this page. Please leave the end date blank. So there you go. Out of state U.S. graduates only. That's our section we have to pay attention to. The BRN is now accepting electronic transcripts from out of state nursing schools. Yay, us. They don't have to be mailed, so that's good. So this is the electronic transcripts address that our transcripts are being sent to the BRN. This address you need for your parchment requests as well, like if you're requesting transcripts from other schools. So please write that down, brn.etranscripts@dca.ca.gov. Okay, so use that in your parchment requests to request your other transcripts as well. All right. This information is for out of the country licensure. I don't believe that it applies here because our school is not from out of the country. So if you, I don't know, read that part. I don't think it applies to us. Additional questions. Okay, so answer all the questions that are on the screen. Mother's maiden name. Have you ever had a license or as an LVN or a healthcare related license certificate in California? I put yes because I was an EMT. I did have a certification for that or a license. I don't know, EMT license. I think it's a license. Anyway, and then it opened up a little box for me to enter my license number and what type of licensure it is. Have you ever been licensed by examination as an RN in another state? Have you ever applied for a RN license in California? And have you ever taken the RN exam? Okay. So, if you've had any disciplinary or actions against you, or if you have a criminal record or anything like that, this is that page. You'll have to answer those questions. I'm sure they will ask for more details in regards to that. Go through that, read it very carefully so you know how to answer it. And then click next. Okay, previous names. I have been married previously, and so I made sure that I added my previous last names here. Make sure that you do that for each last name that you have had, even your maiden name. I believe you put your maiden name as well. Because this will go along with your background check, which you also have to make sure that you put all of your previous last names there as well so that it corresponds. Okay, and then we get down to filing attachments. This is going to be in regards to your picture, which is funny because when I got to the end of my application, it didn't actually ask me for a picture. So that was interesting, but I submitted one anyway. They're like, I didn't ask you for one. So number 2, any written explanations regarding prior convictions, disciplinary actions, if applicable. And then number 3, any accommodations for testing, that kind of thing. And then 4 is military discharge, the DD 214 document. So if you have any of those documentations that you need to attach, you have to upload them, and then after every single upload, click the attach button. Otherwise it won't attach, and you'll have to go back and do it later again, and you don't want to do that. One and done. All right, that's it pretty much. Then he goes over the application summary, make sure everything looks right, make sure it looks accurate, it's spelled correctly, you answered the right way. Go through, and then you will sign your attestation that you declare under penalty of perjury that everything is accurate and is correct and all of that. Okay, and then you will proceed to payment. At that point in time, you will be, it's not $300, by the way. Because we are from out of state, it is $350, like I said before in my little math session. And so be prepared to pay that. You do need to pay it when you are submitting your application. So make sure that you are able to do that when you are applying. Okay, after you submit the payment, you will be able to see your receipt in your dashboard for Breeze. This is the Breeze dashboard, the home profile homepage. And you can see that you have your payment here, and then you can also see that you have a pending application for RN initial exam. That's pretty much it. Then you can check your application status. After submitting your application, you can check your status on the Breeze page. You can see when it changes, but you'll also be getting your instructions and email from Pearson VUE, letting you know that you have the ability to test. So your ATT will come from Pearson VUE, not from the Breeze account. They won't necessarily update you either, so you have to go back and check. So once you are able to test, this will change from RN initial exam to, this is just showing if there's anything missing, it'll list it. Sorry to go over that. Once you're able to test, you will be able to see that it changes to approved exam app pending exam results. So then you've gotten your email from Pearson VUE, and you're able to go back and schedule that exam. Okay. Then once you are able to take your test to your NCLEX, after you take the NCLEX, within a couple of days, it should be processed and you should be able to see your status change. So hopefully. All right, that is it for that part of it. All right, so the link that is on the first page of the application will take you to this form. This is the fingerprinting requirements and instructions form, and it also goes into the request for live scan services form. You have to print out this form in order to take it to the live scan and get your fingerprinting done. There are instructions that are very important that you need to follow on this form. So please make sure you are going through each of these individual things and adding them to the request form. So for example, the ORI, if you go up, ORI, enter A0391, then you will enter A0391 here. Authorization type, authorization applicant type is license/certification/permit. So all of those things are, the information is up above. Okay, so you don't have to get this form and be like, what do I do? All the information is there. I do want to point out your number. Your number is going to be your license number for your California RN license or your file number for your pending RN application, which can be located in your Breeze account. Now, when you're done filling out your application, you've paid your fee, you've gotten your confirmation. On that confirmation, you were given an RN application number. Write that down because you will need that for this purpose. Maybe some other things too, but you never know. So write it down. It should be a 7-digit number ish, I think. And that's going to go here under your signature and date. You're going to do your number is going to be here in this slot. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to click on DOJ and FBI. I also want to point out if you have multiple last names, you have to put all of them. What I've been doing is listing them. I'll put my last name and then put a hyphen and then, or not hyphen, a semicolon or a backslash, something that separates it, and then whatever next last name. Okay. I have quite a few. Anyway, so that should be it for that. That should be the last thing you fill out on this form. And then you take the form that you filled out, make sure it's all completed. You have to have all of this information filled out. When I got to the live scanning place for the miscellaneous number, they did ask me to put my phone number in there. So I guess you don't have a phone number on here. So I guess I would understand why. All right. So that's it for this. Moving on to the next thing. Okay, y'all. So this is the NCLEX website. You're going to go just basically to nclex.com. That'll take you here. It says register online now, and you'll go ahead and click on that. Or you can go over to the right-hand side where it says Pearson VUE website. Either one. So the register online now or the Pearson VUE website takes you to the same thing. It's going to have you go through the Pearson VUE login and you're going to register that way. So that's the next step. Okay, so clicking on either one of those options will take you to this page. Okay, so I tried. I tried to go through and create a fake account, but it won't let me because it gets to your social and you can't put in a fake social. So go through and create your account. At the very end, it will cost $200 to finish your registration. And then it will take you to this page. Well, it'll take you to a confirmation page first. and it will say something about you'll receive an ATT in 2 weeks. That's not necessarily true because, well, we are about a week and a half from graduation, and it will probably take the school at least a good 2 weeks after that minimum to get your transcripts to the Board of Registered Nursing. And then after that, they will send the approval to Pearson VUE. So you will get the approval to test the ATT from Pearson VUE. And you can check it on this page. You should get an email. So whatever email address you put into your registration is what they're going to send your ATT to. So don't just put in some random whatever junk email address that you may have. Make sure you put in your I check it every day email. Okay, at this point, you're done. You're ready to go. Just to go over the last couple of things. First, you're going to go to the California Board of Registered Nursing site. It will take you to the Breeze site. The Breeze site, you will register for your licensure. You will pay the $350. You will also need to submit a photo and any accommodations or military information. It will ask you all of that. Make sure you read the fine print. If you don't have any of those things, then you're going to print out the fingerprinting form and go and get your live scan done. You will also go to Parchment if you have any other transcripts from any other college that you transferred into Nightingale. They just want those. So any courses that you took outside of Nightingale, you will have to have those transcripts sent to the Board of Registered Nursing. Nightingale will not do that. So go ahead and head over to Parchment and request for those documents to be sent, your transcripts to be sent. So then you're going to go over to the NCLEX website, which will also take you to Pearson VUE, whichever. There's 2 different places to get to Pearson VUE. Click through the approval. Wow, what is going on here? My hair is always like crazy on these videos. Anyway, you'll go through your registration for Pearson VUE, and then after that, you'll pay the $200 for Pearson VUE, and then you should be good to go. Then you're waiting for your ATT. So that's it. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you find something different, please let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but I already went through the process, and now I'm just waiting for my transcripts to clear and my ATT. So good luck to you all. You got this. We are going to be nurses. We are nurses. We're just going to be registered nurses now. So good luck to you all. I hope you have a wonderful graduation. If I don't see you, if I see you, say hi. I can't wait to see everybody in Utah. So, all right, have a wonderful day and flame forward.